Hey everybody. I imagine the last few days have been kind of hard for a lot of folks. I know it has been for me, my family, and friends. And I just wanted to send a quick note and say, hope you're doing okay, hope you're holding up, and that we're still here. We're still plugging away on our dystopian feature film project for trans and LGBTQ youth called A Still Small Paw. I've been reaching out and meeting with lots of producers and reaching out to other film folks too, hoping and trying to find somebody with the courage to help us get our film off the ground. I'm also super psyched to let you know that the script recently scored an 8 at the Blacklist, which is super rare. It means that it landed in the top 5% of all screenplays on the site, which is pretty darned awesome. But with respect to the last few days, I am also paying attention and bearing witness, which I'm sure you're probably doing too. Because what's happening right now in the streets, in the language coming out of Washington, D.C., and the policies being floated or enacted, gosh, it feels awfully dystopian in a way that feels lifted directly from my script of A Still Small Paw. For me, the conflicts of the last few years, and even more so evident in the last few weeks, all come down to one central conflict, that of command versus care. What we're seeing from the federal government is a profound betrayal of care. Care that is being replaced by hypermasculine command. Everything a government is supposed to care for, from the environment to public health to education, safety, the vulnerable, the future, our kids, and on, it's being discarded and replaced with force, obedience, spectacle, punishment, and control. Or command. Care asks, who is being protected? Who is being harmed? What will this cost later? Command asks only, who is in charge? Who will comply? Who can be made an example of? And that's the shift we're witnessing right now in our country. Like a lot of people here, I want to do something. And I don't always know what that something is. But I do know this. The basis of any real change starts with how we see the world, which is one reason why I'm a filmmaker. James Baldwin said, "The world changes according to the way people see it. And if you alter, even by a millimeter, the way people look at reality, then you can change it." And that's what we're trying to do here with our movie, in the smallest way I know how, by millimeters. Hence, A Still Small Paw. And so, I've also been asking myself, given the last few days, given everything we've been witnessing, what do I want to stop? Precisely. What is that? So to be clear, I do not want to be governed by people who kill citizens in the street for standing up. I do not want to be governed by people who deny health care to trans and LGBTQ youth and then throw them under a political bus. I do not want to be governed by billionaires at the expense of everyday working folks. I do not want to be governed by people who value willful ignorance over intelligence and science. I do not want to be governed by people who do not care. Anyway, I'm sure you'd have your own list of who you don't want to be governed by, but the bottom line is this. What's happening right now is real. It's wide and it's profound. And simple math tells us we've got 3 more years of this crap, and probably worse. Can we survive that? After seeing the heartbreaking killings of Renee Good and Alex Preddy in Minnesota, I bought the domain name ungovernme.com. I honestly don't know what it is yet. Maybe it's just a place for me to put my pissed offness. But what I see is what you might be seeing too. An administration and government and people actively pushing us towards civil war, toward billionaires consolidating more power, toward the most vulnerable among us being targeted again and again. And I feel like that's something I just want to say, I don't want to be governed by that. Ungovern me, if you will. And it basically comes down to a conflict of command versus care. Anyway, that's where I am. That's where we are. Hang in there. Bear witness. Tell your story and keep going. No matter what, whatever happens to you, you keep going.